When most people think of martial arts, they think of Japan, China, Brazil. But long before those places were developing their systems, the Celtic people were developing theirs. I went down to Milford, Massachusetts for the No Fame Games to learn more about these arts. Things like Irish stick fighting, bare knuckle boxing, backhold wrestling, and Irish collar and elbow. I even entered tournaments for the last two. Now, I'm not a professional fighter or a historian, but I went down there to see if these Celtic traditions could break this average guy. Before actually heading down to the tournament, Austin and I got together to try to learn some of the basics of backhold. As you can see, it didn't go very well for me. I have a lot to learn and not a lot of time to learn it. Just arrived in Milford, Massachusetts for the No Fame Games, backhold and collar and elbow wrestling. Austin, how do you feel it's going to go? Oh my God, I forgot Austin. I hope he's doing okay. So Austin actually ended up having to drive down himself, but he made it.
We're getting back on the road. There's a bunch of liquid on the floor, which is honestly pretty standard for these rest stops. But put it down in the comments below, piss or water. What do you think it was? Piss or water? Make sure to put that in the comments. Don't talk about Tom's fighting or anything like that. Just piss or water, all right? I want to know what your thoughts are. All right, I'm out.
Back to the topic at hand. I needed to learn how to wrestle now. I had 2 tournaments coming up the next day, so we went over to US MMA to get the rundown and train with people who actually knew what they were talking about.
I did it in Greece. It's not very Greece today, but like,
This is going to be an uphill battle. I also had the opportunity to do some rounds with Josh Beam in both backhold and collar and elbow wrestling. And right after that, we got an invite to come and try learning some Irish stick fighting, which we jumped on. Quick rundown of the rules and the goals of this. But to keep to the trial by fire nature of what we're doing this weekend, we went right into some sparring. There's something that I feel like I have to make clear. Yes, the sticks we're using right now have padding on them, but it's not a lot. These things, they still hurt. The other thing I feel like I should really make clear is the next day when they do this seminar at the No Fame Games, they're going to use real sticks with no padding and hit each other just as hard as we're hitting each other now. I guess that's my way of saying these are some tough SOBs. I think tomorrow will be interesting. Probably, I'm probably going to be out of there pretty quick. Be real with you. What are you going to do?
We're here for a good time, not a long time.
That's right. Austin, what do you think? How you think I'm going to do tomorrow? Yeah, I'm throwing this at you.
Oh. I mean, you've done this literally like twice now. I'm going to be honest. I think you're going to get killed, but I'm going to support you while you get killed. And those dudes are fucking huge. Those are some of the biggest men I've ever seen in my life. I do believe in you as a fighter, just not necessarily tomorrow. I'm going to be honest.
I know how to deal with big men.
Here we are with the garb.
It's fashion. It's good.
How do you feel?
You want to see what's under it?
No.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive. Oh shit. How does it feel to don it?
I feel good.
Yeah.
I feel good.
Are you ready for today?
Yeah, look at that. I think we're just wrestling in the field.
We absolutely are just wrestling in a field.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
I agree.
I realized I should quickly explain the rules of backhold. What a better backdrop than this first match. So your right arm grabs the underhook and your left arm the over. That, try to throw the other guy on the ground. Yeah, kind of like that. Anything other than the sole of your feet hits the ground, they score. First to 3 points wins. The big thing I was trying to do all day is to catch the other opponent's leg with my leg to off-balance them. It would be a great strategy for a better grappler, but I'm a BJJ white belt and a judo no belt, so this is the best I can really do. And at the very least, I look damn good in that kilt. First match is out of the way. Actually very fun. It was very fun. Didn't go my way, but you know, it was a really good time. Guy was very big.
just like me. I feel like in the second point I held my own. It was a shutout. You got all 3 points, but second point I felt like I held my own a little bit.
That guy was huge, and the fact that you were able to stay on your feet at all, I'm impressed. I would not have been able to do that.
Pretty cool. All right, on to the next.
Okay, in this match, any kind of improvement over a complete shutout is a victory in my eyes. Okay, dang, I guess by my logic I won, so we don't need to watch the rest of this. Oh, the tape's still rolling. Not a shutout, but not the best. I am proud of the performance though. Listen, I wouldn't have won this match anyway, but I do think I scored this point. I felt myself falling, and I turned in a way that he would hit the ground first. Again, I don't think I would have won, but it would have made a difference because 3-2 sounds a lot better than 3-1, so I'm saying 3-2, okay? Cool, moving on. I'm sure the next match will be against someone about my skill level, and not like someone who owns their own gym that specializes in backhold or a guy who's won a national title in this. So that's Max. He owns a gym and is a national champion in backhold. Let's just play the tape. We don't need to dwell on this. I'm sure I won't have to go against any more national champions in this sport today. Foreshadowing. You may be wondering, Tom, why did you lose that point? That guy didn't absolutely slam you into the ground so hard that your ancestors should feel it. Well, in backhold, if you lose that S grip, you'll also lose the point, which I did. Don't worry, I'm sure I will be slammed again. Oh, there we go. Well, it was time for my last backhold match. And hey, remember what I said about no more national champions?
Come on!
Yeah! That's John, and he's also a national champion. He also just beat Max, who, as you may remember, made me look like a small baby boy. I'll need a strategy if I even hope to survive.
Austin,
Yeah.
I think I have one more match, and it's against John. I want you to distract him, and I'll grab the belt, and we'll hit him WWE style. How you feel?
I think we're going to ask Kate.
Austin never really was a believer in me, so I guess I'll just have to do this the old-fashioned way with grit and determination. Listen, I let that play out without any of my dumb commentary. Because watching John work, that's art. The way that man can pick you up, and throw you down, and do it so gracefully is something to behold. It's an art form. It puts the art in martial art. I feel so privileged to have gone against people like Max and John today. They made me look foolish. I'm gonna put the full match that John and Max had in here now. It is something to behold. I think backhold is so cool. I want you to see it. I want you to see some good wrestling. Just an amazing display. I'm so happy I got to watch that, and happy I got to wrestle both these guys. Just wow. Backhold was over, but before we got to the second half of the day, we had a little time, so I attended a little seminar on bare knuckle boxing. Learned some of the techniques the old prize fighters used to use, and then we actually moved around a little bit. No gloves, no nothing, trying to use those techniques. That was a crazy experience. You know, I've been hit in the face with gloves before, but getting hit in the face without them, it's different. Then we went on to get an explanation of the collar and elbow rules. I'll be honest, this was a last minute addition for me. I wasn't planning on doing collar and elbow. I didn't know that they were going to have it, but when I found out, I figured I was already there, might as well jump on the opportunity. Like backhold, the rules for collar and elbow are deceptively simple. You grab them on their jacket, at their collar, and at their elbow. You cannot lose those grips, and you have to throw the other person to the ground first. From what I've seen and what I was told, collar and elbow is often compared to boxing because you need to use combinations. It's kind of like foot fighting. There's a big emphasis on stringing moves together. With that all in mind, we go into the first match. Strategy is the same. Try to hook their leg, throw them down. It's not working immediately. I figured maybe because of the whole boxing comparison, maybe I would do better in this sport. Same as backhold, Irish collar and elbow is first to 3, not best of 3. I do look very good in that jacket, though, I gotta say. Between matches, I got some tips from Josh about how to improve my game here. Him having some judo in his background, he knew a little bit better how to off balance and throw someone onto the hard ground. A big thing he told me to do was to start circling, so let's see if I do that in the next match. Well, immediately I just started tugging back, so kind of not following that advice. Sorry, Josh. And my not listening gets me thrown to the ground. Again, just moving back and forth. Circles. Circles, not doing circles. What happened here is I accidentally kicked my friend there in the Blarney Stones. Sorry about that, dog. And just like backhold, if you lose those grips, you lose the point, so there's that. Last point. Let's see if I can make this competitive. That's a resounding no, everybody. Alright, right here, we're in the absolute division. If I lose this, my day is over. Here we go. Also, we're only doing 1 point in this match to keep the day moving. So I only have one chance, and I could not make it happen. Now you may be saying, Tom, you suck at everything you do, and you might be right, but
second place, Thomas Clark.
yeah, I got second in backhold in my division. How many people were in the division? Don't ask that question. It was more than one. So, stick that in your pipe and smoke it, bro. But this was actually so fun doing both of these sports and just learning about all the different ways the Celtic people have figured out to hurt somebody else. It's sad that these sports are dying. They are very cool. They are very fun, and I hope that they have some kind of revitalization here. I know that they're planning on doing this again next year, and I will certainly be there. If you enjoyed this, liking, following, and commenting would be incredibly helpful. There are links for more direct support below. We'll see you in the next one.